Okay, what are we working on today?
My mom emailed it to you.
I didn't. Hold on, let me have a look at it. Okay. This may take a minute or two to finally figure out how to rotate it. I have to use paint. In fact, I don't know that I got it properly. It takes a little bit. Okay, got that one. Got that one. Okay. Are these problems for the next 2 days or?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like I have 2 files here. And if I open them with paint, I can rotate them, which I usually need to do. I need to rotate this 90 degrees left. Okay. Zoom down to there. Not sure why it's so blurry.
Wait a minute, I'll be back.
Well, I can't really tell what the first 2 problems are, just because it came in blurry. So let's start on number 3.
Actually, can I just tell you what the first 2 problems are?
Yep, absolutely.
Alright, so it says find the volume of the cylinder, round your answer to the nearest tenth. And number 1 is 12 centimeters by 5 centimeters.
That's
12 centimeters tall and 5 centimeters tall.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay. What's the second one as long as we're doing that? Second one looks like a radius only.
Yeah, it's 4 on the top and 10 inches on the.
Okay. And we're supposed to find the volume?
Yeah, it says find the volume of the cylinder and round your answer to the nearest tenth.
All right. To the nearest tenth. So, like all math problems, you need to start with the general formula. What is the volume of a cylinder equal to?
Length times height times width.
Nope, that's the volume of a cube. This is a cylinder. So what you want to think of is what's the volume or what's the area of a circle? What's the area of a circle?
Height.
I'm sorry, what?
Radius times height.
No. What's the area? Start. In other words, what we're looking at here is a prism. It means it's got the same circle at the bottom as it has at the top. And the height is the same everywhere. So the way you figure out the volume here is it's the area times the height. Well, what's the area? The area of that circle right there.
Is 12 times 5.
No. You are treating this like it is a cube. It's not a rectangular block. It starts with a circle. What's the area of a circle equal to?
Oh,
Formula for the area of a circle. I want you to know that.
B times H.
A. It's got to start with A. Area.
A times base.
Okay, now you're just guessing, Jackson. I would rather you say, I don't know.
I don't know.
Okay, good. I can deal with I don't know. I can't deal with guessing because occasionally you guess right, and then it makes me think you understand it, but you really don't. So please don't guess. Okay?
Okay.
So this is the formula for the area. So in this particular case, what is the area?
Oh gosh.
What's R?
Oh, R is the radius.
In this case, what is R?
I'm so confused.
The diameter is 12. What is R?
R is 5.
No. R is half the diameter. Anytime you have a circle and you know the diameter, R is equal to 1/2 the diameter. Always. 100% of the time. One of the most fundamental principles in all of mathematics. Because R is the key thing to know, not the diameter. Very few formulas are based on the diameter. Everything is based on the radius. So when they give you the diameter, you got to be able to figure out the radius.
Okay.
Tell me what the radius is.
The radius is 6.
So what's the area of the bottom of that prism?
6 times 5.
What's the general formula for area of a circle?
Height times base.
Nope. Okay, let's talk about this. This is one of the most important formulas you can know. Seriously. If you don't know this, you're not going any further in mathematics. You've got to memorize what the area of a circle is. Now, I have a particular tricky method of memorizing it. Okay, area equals pi r squared. Well, are pi square or are they circular? A piece of pie, is it circular or square?
It's circular.
Okay, so pi r squared is a little bit unusual. Normally you would say pi r circular, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the way to memorize stuff, is to have it be just a little bit different. Well, everybody should be able to remember this because pi aren't square. And this says pi r squared. You got it?
Yeah.
Understand the memory technique?
No.
The memory technique is that if you know in your reality that pi are not squared, they're circular, pies, you know, fruit pies, pumpkin pies, whatever kind of pies you want to talk about, they're not square. They don't come in square. They come circular. So when you memorize something that area equals pi r squared, the reason you can memorize it is because it's different. It's not what is reality. Reality is pies are circular. So pi r squared should be easy to remember. So all you got to do is remember that they're not reality. Reality, pies are circular. This is not circular. This is pi r squared. But truly, you got to memorize that. You can't not know that. If you don't know that, can't go any further than in mathematics. Understand?
Yeah.
You got to memorize that. It's pi r squared, r being the radius. So, in this case, what is the area of the bottom or the top circle? That what makes it a prism is that the top circle is the same as the bottom circle.
Yeah.
So, what is it?
Well,
What's the area of the top or the bottom circle?
12.
What's r?
6.
So it's pi times 6 squared.
24.
You have your calculator in front of you?
Oh, wait.
You can't make mistakes like that, Jackson. If you're going to make mistakes like that, then you better use your calculator every single time. And I mean that. There are some people, you're not...
Doesn't pi equal 3.14?
Don't worry about that. That's not the important part of this problem. The important part of this problem is being able to multiply 6 times 6. And you gave me a wrong answer.
Oh, 36.
Okay. You got to get that. You can't make that mistake. You're not going to get the problem right if you make that mistake. So that's the area. Okay. Now, the volume is the area times the height.
Yeah.
What's the height?
The height is 5, so it would be 36 times 5.
So the volume, yeah, it's 5 or 36 pi times 5. What is that?
In a minute, gotta calculate it.
What's the number your calculator says?
That is 180.
Pi, right?
No, I think this thing's old. It doesn't have pi on it. It's like super old. I'll go get my phone.
Hold on a second. Let's talk about this. Still there, Jackson?
Yeah.
This is the correct answer.
Oh, yeah. You have to put pi on the end of everything if it has pi in it.
The fact that they want you to round it to the nearest tenth is incorrect. This is the correct answer. Now take that answer into your calculator and give me a number that is rounded to the nearest tenth. Multiply 180 times pi. Whatever the answer is, round it to the nearest tenth so that I know you know how to do that.
It's 500. It's 565.3.
Give me the second digit also, after the 3.
0.
Okay, so rounded to the nearest tenth.
No, I already rounded it.
Well, I want to make sure I know that you know how to round. So give me both digits.
5.65.2.
I need the next digit. I cannot know whether you've rounded it properly until you give me the second digit.
0.
Well, then that does not round to 0.3. That rounds to 0.2. What does your calculator give you? Out to 2 digits.
I'm confused on how to round.
What's that?
I'm confused on how to round.
Well, that's why I want to go over it. Tell me what your calculator says all the way out to the hundredths digit. When you take
0.
180 times pi, what does your calculator give you?
All it says is 5.565.2. That's all it says.
What kind of calculator do you have?
A TI. It's like super old.
Go in the menu option and change it so that it shows 2 decimals. In other words, you need to know what the next number is, because you cannot round this properly unless you know.
There is no menu option.
What'd you say it was? A TI what?
TI 1795
Okay.
SV.
All right. Hold on. Let me do it on mine. 180 times, and I'm going to use 3.1459. I don't have a pi key on mine. What I get is the following. 566.262. Okay?
Okay.
Now hold on.
Well, the 2.
Just wait
Down.
Is all I did was multiply 180 times 3.1459, which is a very accurate approximation of pi.
Yeah.
And I got 566.262. Round that to the nearest tenth for me.
266.3.
Hold on. Start on the left, not in the middle. Start here when you're telling me what a number is.
I'm confused.
What is this number that is circled in blue? Tell me what that number is.
566.262.
Good. Now round it to the nearest tenth.
Oh gosh. Well, no, I'm confused on how to round. I haven't done it in like.
Okay, here's how you do it. First of all, it doesn't change the first 3 digits. We're talking about this digit right here. Does that round up or down?
Up.
Because this is a 6. If that is a 5 or higher, then it rounds up. If it's less than a 5, it rounds down. So if I'm going to round that to the nearest tenth, that's the answer right there. 566.3. Now, there is a little bit of round-off error, because when I did it on my little 4-function calculator, I don't have a pi key, so I had to round off pi. But I rounded it off to 4 decimal places. So I had a pretty good approximation of pi. I used 3.1459. Okay? On your calculator, you probably have a pi key. And that's the key you want to hit, because that doesn't round it off at all. And rounding off before you get to the answer is a problem. In other words, maybe this thing would have come in at closer to 4 or 5, and then my round-off error could have made a difference between a correct answer and a wrong answer. But since I used 4 decimal places, I'm pretty sure that I'm correct, and 262 rounds off to 0.3.
Sorry, give me a minute. My dog might pee. I gotta go let her out. No. Sniffing around awful. Alright.
Okay. So let's look at the second problem. Tell me what everything I'm looking at again are in the second problem?
So it's gonna be
What's the radius? Tell me what the radius is.
4,
What's the height?
10.
What's the formula for volume? That's always where you want to start.
The formula for volume is radius times area.
Actually, let me give you an easier way to remember it. Whenever you're dealing with a prism, notice that that's the same as that circle, right?
Uh-huh.
Just like in the first one. So the volume is the area of the circle times the height. All prisms are like that. It doesn't matter whether it's a cylinder like this or whether it's a rectangular brick.
So what you're saying is it's going to be
Area
4
of one end and multiply it by the height. That's always the way you do it. So what's the area of one end equal to?
16.
What's the general formula for area of a circle?
Oh, God. I'm so confused.
All general formula, not this formula, the general formula. I want you to start all your math problems with the general formula, okay?
Okay.
So tell me what the general formula for area is. What are pi? Are they squared or circular?
Circular.
So what is the area formula?
A equals R
No, always starts out with pi.
pi R
Now, what's the rest of it?
times
Are pi's circular or squared?
circular.
Okay, so what's my answer here? Is there an exponent that represents circular?
No.
Is there an exponent that represents squared?
Yeah. Oh, well, no, it's 3.
No, 2. Pi r squared. You just have to memorize that. I don't know how you memorize it. I can tell you my little tricks of the trade. And to me, in my memory, I know that pi are circular, therefore this is pi r squared. It's different. When something is different, that's what makes you memorize it. Okay?
Yeah.
Math is all about memorizing. You know that by now. If you can't memorize, you cannot do math. You better be able to memorize.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is one of the most important formulas in all of math. I don't care what you're doing. When you're taking your ACT test, your SAT test, whatever, getting through high school, you need to know the area of a circle. It's pi r squared. Memorize it. Do not forget it.
Okay.
What is the area of this circle?
Pi R.
Now start plugging in. You know some of these. Pi is a number.
Pi 4.
What's r?
4.
What's the area of the circle?
10.
What is that right there?
No, it's 16.
16 what?
R.
Nope.
No, pi. Pi. What am I thinking?
Pi. That is a number. But that's the best way to show it is 16 pi. Okay? So now let's go back. And the question isn't area. The question is volume. Well, volume is area times height. What's the area? You just figured it out.
5.
What's the height?
10.
What's the volume?
16 pi times 10. I gotta get.
Well, that's 160 pi. Okay?
Oh.
Actually the proper answer. The only reason they're having you round it off is because you're in first semester geometry. Once you go any higher in math, they will not have you rounding off pi. You will give your answers in terms of pi. 160 pi is the correct answer. Now put that into your calculator and tell me what it rounds off to. Tell me first of all what it is out to 2 digits. And then we'll have you practice rounding it off. Multiply 160 times pi. Do you have a pi key on your calculator?
No.
What?
No, I'm getting my other calculator that has it.
Well, or else just multiply it by 3.1459. See, that goes out to 4 decimal places. That will give us the accuracy we need. What do you get when you do this? I don't want you to wait on your new calculator. What's your old calculator say if you do that? Because we need to teach you how to round off numbers.
You would round down.
Just let's get a number first. We can't do any rounding until we get a final number. You have to multiply 160 times 3.1459. What do you get?
502.654.
Hold on, start again. 502 point what?
654.
Now, round that to the nearest tenth.
502.7.
Very good. You got it. As long as this number here is 5 or greater, then you round it up. If it's less than 5, you round it down. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the correct answer. Jackson, you have another session tomorrow. I will talk to you then.
Bye.
Am I correct? We were doing a half hour tonight, an hour tomorrow?
Yep.
Okay, talk to you tomorrow.